Let's talk about the word cinematic for a second. It's thrown around so much these days that it's almost lost its meaning. People think that cinematic light is a key for better visuals, and while lighting does play a very important role, it's not the only magic ingredient. The real key is set design, and I'll explain why. Sup guys, Eugene here. So I was thinking, when most beginner filmmakers try to improve their videos, the first thing they obsessed over is equipment. Cameras, lenses, you know the drill. And yeah, that's important, but then people start realizing that, oh wait, the lighting is actually the main thing. And while that's true, even if you have the best lighting in the world, you still need something to light up the location. That's where set design comes in. And trust me, this is one of the most underrated aspects of filmmaking. In this video, I'll share with you why set design matters so much and how it can completely change the look of your video. For some reason, set design doesn't get as much attention as it should. People think that if they get the right gear and the perfect lighting, they are set. But here is a thing. Even if you have all that, without well-thought-out location, your shots will still look flat and uninteresting. Of course, there are a certain situation where a clean location is needed, and that's when lighting really becomes the key to making everything pop. Set design is about more than just finding a cool place to shoot, but to be completely honest, a good location scouting can help a lot. It's about creating the environment that fits perfectly the concept of your video. Colors, textures, and materials all emphasize how your location looks on camera. Before we dive deeper, a quick reminder. If you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot, and you'll stay updated with more filmmaking tips and insights. Let's talk about textures and materials. Even if you have two objects which painted in the exact same color, they will look completely different if their textures are different. A matte surface or a glossy surface, for example, will reflect the light in totally different ways. And it's not about the small props. It applies to large locations too. Even in big spaces where you might think everything looks flat, small imperfections in walls and floors add depth and make the scene feel more real. Now, depending on your project, you have two main options. Either build a set from scratch or find a cool location and enhance it. Both approaches have their pros and cons. Sometimes building a set is even easier, because you have total control over everything. Colors, materials, lighting, and you are not depending on the weather outside the studio and lighting as well, which is perfect. It all depends on the concept you're working with and of course on your budget. Another thing I want to mention is props. Sometimes you won't find exactly what you need, so you will have to create some props from scratch. Maybe it's something that doesn't exist or it's really hard to find. And when it comes to set design, knowing color theory is key. Knowing how to use complementary colors, analogous colors, triadic color schemes, or split complementary colors can help you a lot to create a visually cohesive scene. But rules are meant to be broken, right? Sometimes breaking the rules or using weird color schemes is necessary to achieve a specific look or to recreate a certain period of time or atmosphere. For example, using bold and acidic colors might be great when you want to show the character in altered or surreal state of mind. Before you even start shooting, pre-production is crucial. This is when you create mood board and find references that fit perfectly to your concept. Trust me, having a clear visual direction makes everything way easier when it's time to build or enhance your set. Mood boards help you to communicate your vision to the rest of the team, whether it's set designer, cinematographer, or even the client. And here is a quick tip. While you're location scouting, try to use some sort of app where you can choose your camera and lenses and try to get as many shots of location as you can, so then you can just add these images to Photoshop and add some details with the AI to understand how you want to enhance these locations and how it should look like on set in real life. By the way, let me know in the comments if you want me to create a video with different apps for cinematographers. Maybe I should do that. And lastly, set design is not just about making things look cool. It's about telling a story. The colors, the look, and even how full or empty your location can emphasize the mood of the character in the scene. Sometimes the location needs to look new and clean. Other times it needs to be full of imperfections or even look destroyed. It all depends on what story you're trying to tell. And even if you're working with something as simple as just a white background for interviews, you can make it much more interesting by adding some shapes or other elements to add more depth. Of course, if it's necessary to your task. So yeah, set design is one of the most underrated aspects of filmmaking, but it can make or break the look of your video. Hopefully this gives you a better idea why it's so important and how you can take your work to the next level. If you found this video helpful, let me know by hitting that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what do you think about set design, and I will see you in the next one.